Yeah, I want to make this video to expose these gyms and their practices because they are not honoring the contract that they want you to sign up for. I was recently in a bad contract with this gym, this company, Anytime Fitness, and I refuse to go there anymore to pay because they did not honor the contract that I signed up for. I actually signed up for a Black Friday deal. There was a Black Friday deal in the year of 2024, and it look, see, it says right there, Black Friday membership deals. So these gyms have deals. They have deals on Black Friday, things like that. So my particular agreement on my contract, it amounted to 1650, which comes out to roughly around 1650 every 2 weeks. So it comes out to around $33 every month. So, and plus the annual fee, which is about $70. So I was like, okay, that's a good deal because Anytime Fitness usually charges around 30. So it's about half off basically because they usually charge around like, hold on, let's look up the average cost. Look, see, so $40 to $70 monthly. So in my previous experience with the gym, I had years ago before that Black Friday deal, it was about $70 a month because they were charging me $30 every two weeks. So I was like, man, this is a good deal, 1650. I know this is not as good a deal as uh, Planet Fitness or those cheaper gyms, but this gym is 24 hours. It is, you have access to any of the locations if you have one membership here. So what I was doing was, even though I signed up for this gym, I was going to the other locations because that's how Anytime Fitness works. Anytime Fitness they allow you to go to any location. Yes, Anytime Fitness members can use any location worldwide after the first 30 days with a key fob. So that was another thing. So basically, I signed up on Black Friday 2024 for 1650. Like I said, the normal price I was getting was over $30 every 2 weeks, which amounted to about $70 a month. So I basically got half off. I basically got half off. If you do the math, I basically got half off. See what I'm saying? They run these, they have these promotions. You see this? So look. So the deal was 1650 every 2 weeks for the entire year. The contract was supposed to be for 12 months. I had to pay a $70 annual fee eventually sometime in that year. So I agreed to that. I signed up for that. Now, like I said, I was going to different gyms. So this particular location was in Port Washington that I signed up for. I don't live in Port Washington. I just signed up for that gym, and I was going to other gyms. I was going to many other gyms. I was going to uh, Kenosha. I was going, well, if you're familiar with Wisconsin, you would know what I'm talking about. So I was going to many other gyms in proximity in other counties. You notice what it said? It said worldwide, you can go to any gym. So that's what I was doing. And my understanding was as long as I still had an active membership and I was paying the fees, I was good, which was good for a while. But after a while, I relocated and then I started to go to like one gym, you know, and the gym I started to go to was the Wauwatosa gym. So I'm going to show y'all that one. I started to go to that one. This is located in Wauwatosa, right near Milwaukee. It's like right on the edge. Like literally right on the edge. So you look at the map. Let's take a look at the map and see exactly where it's at. Because a lot of you might be familiar with Milwaukee, but this is literally, see, it says Anytime Fitness right there. Right. Now look at this. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Now let's switch the angle around. So you see it says North Avenue, right? Wauwatosa. It's in Wauwatosa, right? So hold on. That's Milwaukee, right? So that's where I was going, but my original membership was in, where is Port Washington? Right there. Boom. But that's neither here nor there, because even if it was out there, like I said, the agreement was we can go to any gym. Now, for some odd reason, they have a stipulation in the contract. They didn't disclose this to me. They said, hey, if you go to this gym for an extended amount of time, they can switch you over to this gym, and then they will change your fee. So basically what happened was they automatically in the system switched me over to this gym instead of keep me at the Port Washington gym, which was okay until they increased the rate, the amount that I had to pay. So instead of me paying $16.50 every 2 weeks, I'm paying $20 every 2 weeks, which seems like a minor thing, but it's not really, because if you give me a Black Friday deal for $16.50 for the entire year, that's what I expect. Don't switch my rate. And also, I had already paid the annual fee for $70. So they not even letting me know whether my contract is renewed for a whole new year from the date that they switched me over. They didn't let me know whether I had to pay another annual fee. They didn't let me know anything. They just switched me over. I didn't know whether the contract was going to still end on the same day that I started it at the Port Washington location. All they did was pull money out of my account on a random day and say you switched over. They didn't even give me a heads up. So when I let the gym know, I said like, hey, what is this? What is this? Because only way I found out was there was a random transaction. There was a random transaction for $20, and I'm like, what is this? And then I call them. They like, oh yeah, you automatically switched over. I'm like, okay, that's all right. But one, where is the deal that I signed up for? It said an entire year would be that rate. That was the reason I signed up for it. And also, do I have to pay another annual fee? Y'all didn't let me know, because if I switch over to y'all, is the contract renewed for another year or what? They still haven't let me know that. I just don't understand. I don't trust that. I don't trust what y'all doing, because now y'all gonna y'all probably tell me I have to pay another fee. The contract is extended for another year. I don't know what y'all doing. So at this point, I can't go to this gym. That's when I stopped going to the gym. I changed the card. I stopped paying, and and I just switched off because they refused to let me know the new stipulations. If y'all switch me over to this gym and y'all change the rate, how is it the same exact stipulation? How is everything else the same? You know what I'm saying? If y'all switch me over to this gym and y'all change the rate from $16.50 to $20, how is all the other stipulations of the end date, of the original contract, the annual fee, how is all that still the same when y'all change the rate? I don't understand that, and they just didn't let me know that, and then I just kept, and I let them know, I said, hey, I verbally spoke to the manager on the phone, and I said, hey, I will not go to your gym anymore. I refuse to do that because y'all are not honoring the contract. And what they fail to realize is if two parties go into an agreement on a contract and there is it's called misrepresentation. It's called misrepresentation. Because the Black Friday deal was the main reason I went into the agreement. So if y'all don't honor y'all part of the agreement, then that's called misrepresentation because it makes the contract void. That's what they fail to realize. Misrepresentation in a contract. Contractual agreement. Agreement. Oh, bear with me. But y'all understand what I'm saying. So it says, look, misrepresentation in a contract is a false statement of material fact made by one party that includes another party to enter into the agreement, making the contract voidable. Voidable. Please disregard that. But listen what I said. Misrepresentation in a contract is a false statement of material fact made by one party that induces another to enter into the agreement. So making the contract voidable and potentially leading to remedies like contract rescission, cancellation, damages, fraudulent, all of that. No reasonable grounds belief. So the problem is they did not cancel the membership when I told them, hey, I'm not going to pay more than what I agreed to pay initially. Because they are saying, hey, it says in the contract, you have to switch over to another gym if you go to this gym multiple times in 30 days or something, yada, yada. Like, okay, I understand that, but y'all are increasing the rate. Y'all are not honoring the contract that I signed. Y'all are not honoring the contract, and y'all failing to let me know about the annual fee, the end of the date of the new contract. You're not letting me know any of that. I refuse to sign up for that because what y'all fail to realize is the main reason I signed up for the initial contract was because of the rate and was because of the original agreement on the stipulations. So what the thing is, the problem I'm having with them is with the Wauwatosa. The problem I'm having with them is they kept me in a system. They kept billing me over and over, and then they sent it to collections. That is the issue I'm having. Why at that point, if y'all had an understanding of why I did not want to continue being a member at y'all gym and I wanted to cancel, why didn't y'all just honor that and cancel it? That's why I just don't understand, because I haven't been there since that day that they switched me over. So they're literally billing me over and over each month, sending it to collections, and hundreds of dollars. And it just don't make sense because I haven't even been using your gym this entire since then. So why are y'all so adamant about forcing me to pay something I haven't even been using? And then it just doesn't make sense. That's just bogus. Like all y'all can at least say, okay, you know what? It was a misunderstanding. You had a Black Friday deal in your contract. You know what? We're just gonna cancel it, and then everybody be happy. That's all I was asking them to do. I'm not saying they're in the wrong because they're saying, hey, it's gonna switch over. I'm not saying that. What my problem is, why are y'all still trying to charge me when I haven't even been using your gym? You know, it doesn't make sense. So this is crazy. If y'all reading this, it's just like says rescission remedies cancel the contract, returning parties to their pre-contract positions. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are y'all doing that? And then it's also y'all making me look bad when it comes to collections, credit, and things like that, because I refuse to pay more than what it's really the principle. It's really the principle. You know what I'm saying? So if you sign up for a deal, whether you paying a car note, whether you paying anything, and then they just increase it out of nowhere, but you already signed a contract saying this is set, this rate is set for an entire year, anybody is gonna feel some type of way, you know. And then I after I got a call recently, you know, all this happened. They switched me over. All this happened in like March. No, I'm gonna say I think it happened in like April of 2025, around that time. So when they switched me over, I let them know like I want to cancel. I haven't been there since. So since then, they just been no, actually, scratch that. I think the last date. Well, let me go into my. Hold on. Hold on once. Okay, here is one of the managers' name, Trevor Goose, however you say his name, Goose Laugh. So I reached out to them after getting a call from a collections. I believe, yeah, it was around, approximately December 18, December 19th, 2025. And basically he was and I was asking him like, hey, y'all still trying to charge me, what's going on? Like, I let y'all know I was trying to cancel it. What are y'all doing? And he says, hey, thank you for transferring. Please reach out to him. We have a club minimum, yada yada yada. We are able to adjust your dues, and we have done so. What? That doesn't even make sense. So why am I getting a call from collections saying I don't know, man. These people are crooks, man. These people are crooks. Cause watch this. When I show you the next email, you'll understand what I'm saying. So Let me see. Yeah, so here we are on the email. And would you believe the owner, his name is Ryan Bolgenschneider, whatever that type of name is. He tried to tell me to cease and desist. You know, this is what he sent. December 19th, 2025. It says, your it says Javon. You see at the top? This is the owner of the Anytime Fitness in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. After leaving a bad Google review, he decided to email me and tell me to cease and desist. Which, read this. Look, it says your Google review will not change our position. It is both false and misleading. We hereby are requesting you to cease and desist for any further false public statements, which is completely not true. Everything I said on there is actual facts. We are under no obligation to honor a deal from another club. Yet it's the same exact contract. So please explain to me how you're not under obligation to honor the deal, the Black Friday deal. So at what point did the contract renew? At what point what is the due date? What is the annual fee for this new contract? All y'all did was change the rate. So it's the same contract. What are you talking about? So how won't you honor the same deal when it's the exact same contract? The rate is not the only stipulation on the contract. There's other stipulations, as in the annual fee, as in the how long the entire contract is. Like, is it 12 months? Is it 24 months? What is it? Y'all didn't let me know any of that. Anytime Fitness. I was thinking of duration. That's the word I was thinking for. So it says Anytime Fitness in a franchise system. Each location is independently owned. Yada yada yada. If you want to deal with this, yada yada yada. It's all in the membership agreement. You have vetted and approved. Blah 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 blah. We have already stated to remove the increase. See, here he's saying we were gonna remove the $3. Like, bro, it's not about just $3. It's the principle, bro. I'm not gonna pay another $70 in an annual fee. Y'all didn't let me know that. And if I don't care if it's a quarter, I don't care if it's a nickel. If the agreement says this amount, that's what I expect to pay. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a penny more. And the fact that, and I'm trying to get him to understand that it's the principle. Y'all gonna charge me when I haven't been using it since then. That's the problem. And it says, so if you want to resolve this amicably, I suggest you tell what you're looking for. See, you see what I'm saying? He's saying collections and all that. For what? I haven't even been using it. I haven't even been there. So why would you do that? Why would you do that? Attempt to bully us on social media. I'm letting the public know. How is that bullying? See the words he's using? He's using cease and desist. He's using false, misleading. It's nothing on here is false. Nothing that I said was false. And he's talking about bullying. Like, you're trying to tell me not to exercise my rights as a consumer to spread the word to the public of my experiences that what I experienced at this horrible company. I have the right to do that, and I'm gonna show y'all that in my response, in my reply to this. So this dude is not a good person, bro. Why would you keep trying to charge somebody that hasn't even been using the gym? And I told him this is a unique circumstance. That's what I was saying. This is just a unique circumstance. You can't just go off of, oh, this stipulation say this on the contract. What contract? I didn't even sign a contract with y'all. What are you even talking about? They literally sent me the contract that I signed at the Port Washington gym and said, hey, yeah, you're gonna switch. It's gonna switch over if you are here for a certain amount of time. So you mean to tell me, man, dog, it doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. So he's saying, hey, it's another gym. You're look. He says right here. What do you say? He said, what did he say? He said, we are under no obligation to honor a deal from another gym, but yet that's the contract. I never signed a contract with the Wauwatosa gym. I never signed a contract at all. They are telling me the agreement I signed. You see, it says right here. He says, wait, what did it say? It says it's all in the membership agreement that has been vetted and approved. Like, okay, so what agreement are you talking about? I literally never signed an agreement with you. So how can you say you're not obligated to honor a deal from the same gym under the same contract that I signed, but yet it's the same contract that you were able to get me switched over to your gym and I never signed? It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, for real. These people are crooks, bro. These people are crooks. I would have just forgot about the matter. I would have just let it go if he wasn't still trying to charge me for months and months that I haven't been there. That's where it becomes unacceptable. If it gets sent to collections and I'm not even using the gym. Now that's where it's completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. So as my response to that, to Mr. Ryan Bogenschneider. Okay, I said there's no such thing as a cease and desist and defamation on a business if I am giving feedback and a review on my horrible experience. I have a right as a consumer to tell the public about my bad time there. I already told you people to cancel the membership the day of 8/25/25, the exact same day that you wrongfully charged my account. I called the Wauwatosa location and spoke to the manager that day. After I called, you should have offered to drop it back to the promotion that I had already agreed to. That's what I'm saying. So you notice he just said, "Oh yeah, we will remove the $3 increase." He never said that on the day that I called to cancel it. They never said that. They never. Now he want to say that after all of this time. Now he want to say that after months and months and collection and all that. Now he wants to say that. He never gave me that option before. Never did. And it says now you want to drop $3 after it went to collections. The problem is you kept charging me after I stopped going to the gym. I refuse to be swindled into paying for something I didn't agree to. Everything that I say to the public is true, that Anytime Fitness will not honor the holiday promotion that you sign up for. So this is a message out to every single person that sees a promotion from one of these gyms, Anytime Fitness. They will not honor that. If it says 50% off, they will not honor that. They will not honor that. That's exactly what happened. So how is that defamation? If you want to handle this in court, I can counter sue. I meant to say sue. I could counter sue you. All you had to do was cancel the membership and we would have been done with this matter. Please send me the part of the contract that discloses the difference between a holiday promotion and the regular stipulations. So my understanding is they sent me a contract agreement, but it never disclosed the holiday promotion of the agreement. There was no stipulations that said anything about holiday promotion. So am I just supposed to assume that the standard stipulations supersede the holiday promotion, or vice versa? Am I just supposed to assume that? On the contract, it literally never said anything about the holiday promotion. And I will keep my contract. I have a copy of it. I will keep that just in case I do have to go to court for this issue, and then I will follow up with you guys. But right now, yeah, that's what's going on. So I said I didn't have to attend the other gym all the time, because Anytime Fitness allows people to visit any gym if they have a membership anywhere. If you don't like people from other gyms coming to your location, then stop allowing it. I will make a video breaking down what happened chronologically. That's not against the law for me to let the public know what I experienced. That's my right as a consumer. You're trying to bully me. You're trying to bully me when I have the right to speak out on what happened, and I have freedom of speech. People have the right to know that Anytime Fitness does not honor the contract that they want you to agree to, and which is called misrepresentation. Just like I showed y'all, misrepresentation. That's called misrepresentation. And this guy, man, notice he says right here, none of your arguments have merit. I already said that to the time in which was unusual, I would be happy to remove the $3. Why did it take so long for you? Notice the date. It says December 19th, 2025. Notice, remember I said I asked to have it canceled 8/25/25. See what I'm saying? What is that? August? So if I ask to have it canceled in August, why are you just now telling me this on the 19th of December? Oh yeah. Yeah. By the way, yeah, we're willing to drop that back down to that promotion that you signed up for. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not even the dude. The dude is just saying anything, bro. And then he's telling me to provide proof that I tried to cancel. I can literally call your gym and speak to a manager and say, hey, cancel that contract. This is the United States of America. I don't have to give you anything in writing saying, hey, I want to cancel. Yes, it looks better, but at the same time, there are such thing called verbal agreements. There's a such thing called verbal agreements, and future reference, I will have that, but that does not exclude the fact that this is a clear sign of misrepresentation, because when they sent me that contract, it was the exact same contract that I signed at the Port Washington location. They did not change anything on the stipulations. So how are y'all able to increase the rate and without disclosing anything else? Like, how are y'all able to do that? And if he's saying, oh yeah, I'm not responsible, I'm not obligated to honor what's on a contract from another gym, yet it's the same exact contract. Y'all didn't send me a new contract. That don't even make sense, bro. So I said, you keep saying at the top, you keep saying send you something in writing or email about requesting to cancel, but in America we have a verbal conversation to form a mutual agreement. That's what I did on the day of 8/25/25. You know, um, I called to let them know I wanted to cancel. It was a verbal agreement to cancel. Why didn't the manager on duty cancel it then or offer me the same discount then? And then also, I wanted to say, under the Consumer Fairness Act, CRFA, of 2016 protects consumers' rights to share honest opinions about products and services by invalidating contract clauses that prevent or penalize negative reviews. You will not be able to tell me I can't give feedback and give a review to the public on my horrible experience with your company. So I'm saying he tried to tell me to cease and desist, and he's telling me like he's going to. That's what they say before they're going to take legal action. Cease and desist. Like you can't tell me to do that when I'm reporting. I'm letting the public know, because if y'all are misleading people, and you know, that's what I'm saying. The problem was they didn't let me know my options. They didn't. Why didn't the manager let me know my options when I called and spoke about this matter on 8/25/25? He should have reached out to you and explained all the things to me, and he failed to do that. At the end of the day, I had a horrible experience at your company because your manager on duty didn't inform me of my options and didn't honor my verbal complaint, you know? So that's the equivalent of, yeah, if you make a verbal complaint, you know, just imagine if you call a corporate number or you make a verbal complaint, if you call them and say, hey, this is what's going on, da da da, aren't they held, shouldn't they be held, if you speak to the manager and make a verbal complaint, shouldn't they be held like to at least write it down or, you know, hold on to that, you know? Because this is my first interaction with Ryan Bogan Schneider. I never, when I spoke to the manager on 8/25/25 to cancel it, he didn't give me the information of Ryan Bogan, the owner. He didn't give me the owner's information. They didn't tell me, hey, we're gonna reach out or anything. They didn't do anything. That's what I'm saying. So it's not my fault that they didn't say, hey, can't put this in writing. Hey, here's the manager's number or email address. They didn't say anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't care, you know? So how am I to know those are the requirements that I have to put it in writing? How am I to know that if y'all didn't disclose that? Okay. And then this will be the last. And basically, he just kept on saying, hey, I'm gonna let this I'm gonna let this go to collections if yada yada yada. Like, bro, these people are crooks, bro. I will be sure to put this in a video that you try to violate my rights. Because he kept saying cease and desist, and he's trying to tell me I can't leave a Google review, I can't leave a video, and he's saying that it's bullying and using words like that. Like that's wrong, because at the end of the day, I am being charged for a service, something that I'm not even using. I'm not even using the gym. Now I can understand, like, okay, everybody, it's a unique type of situation. They're not familiar with. I can understand it's a unique situation, and they're not familiar with. I'm trying to finish Robert Toast. They're not familiar with this type of situation, so I can understand that. But why wouldn't you say, hey, let's come to a mutual understanding? You know what? You did have a Black Friday deal. You know what? I'm going to honor that. I'm going to drop that down. Because look, I caught them in August. The deal was only gonna be until November. So why couldn't y'all have honored that? If it was the same exact duration of the original contract and I already paid the annual fee, why couldn't y'all have told me, hey, we're going to honor that deal when I called them on the day that they randomly pulled the money out. They randomly pulled the money out. Why didn't they say, hey, we're going to honor that Black Friday deal that you signed up for, and we're going to keep it until the contract ends? They failed to do that. Instead, what they did was say, oh, yeah, well, that's what it is. Yeah, it switched over automatically. And then they disregarded it. And I told them, I said, hey, I'm not going to go to your gym. I want to cancel my contract. They did not cancel it. And then it just kept accumulating. And I did not even go back. I literally have not been at the gym since that day, the 25th of August of last year, 2025. I have not been there. So why are y'all still charging me if I have not been there? That is the issue right there. That is the real issue, the major issue right there. Y'all have the audacity to say, hey, you owe me money when I have not been going to your gym. And then now you want to say, hey, yeah, we're going to take that $3 off. Why didn't y'all say that then? See what I'm saying? Notice I had no issue with paying it all the way since then. There is no record. There's nothing saying, oh, you haven't, you're delinquent. None of that. It only happened when I switched over to y'all gym. Y'all changed the rate. Y'all didn't let me know how much longer the contract, whether it's going to end at the same time. Y'all didn't let me know. Did the annual fee change? Because if the rate changed, did the annual fee change? Do I have to pay more for the annual fee? I already paid $70 for the annual fee. Did that change too? Y'all didn't let me know anything. I don't know what's going on. I refuse to be in a contract where y'all feel like y'all could just do anything and then I just sit idly by and say, okay, yeah, okay. No, I signed up for the stipulations on the contract. I expect that to be what it is. So, like I said, it's called misrepresentation. That's what this company is doing. That's what this company is doing right here. The owner, Ryan Bogan Schneider. You know? Look, bathrooms are disgusting. Yeah, look at this place. This place is horrible. Bathrooms, oh man. Bathrooms are disgusting and out of supplies half of the time. I've been harassed by other members for machines and followed around by another every time I go in the morning. I now try to go at different times. Staff sees this happen and says nothing. Is that right? That don't got nothing to do with what I was talking about, but it just goes to show you, like, and I noticed that too. They really don't. They take their time when it comes to cleaning. They must don't have a regular cleaner on. Like I would go in there like once a week. When I was going there, I would go there once a week, and I noticed like the garbage really wasn't getting taken out. The garbage wasn't really getting taken out, and stuff just looked messy. It just didn't look like they had a cleaner that would come in there on a regular. It seemed like they just clean every once in a while, like once a month or something. I don't know, cause I'm not Wendy Smith. That's not my name, so they can't. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? They have the audacity to say that I'm putting false information. This is a completely different human being right here. They gave them a 1 star. And mind you, these people expect for you to pay $60 to $70 a month just to go to their gym. And this is how the bathroom looks. You know? They expect you to pay all that. Why would we do that when we can go to a gym where they paying $20 a month, you know? So why would I go to your gym and pay all this extra money? That's what I'm trying to understand, you know? And he's trying to make it seem like it's oh, you're making a big deal over $3. No, it's the principle. It's the principle. See what I'm saying? Y'all making a big deal over $3. You know, if it wasn't such a big deal, why didn't y'all already offer me that deal? And she said, what else she say? Super uncomfortable as a woman here. I'm uncomfortable to use this facility. 3 months ago. 3 months ago. So if it's January now, let me do those calculations. 3 months ago, that would be around September, November, September. So roughly around the time I left, in August. I've been at Anytime Fitness for years, and I would love to find a different facility, but this one's the closest to home. That's what I was saying. Like this, look at this. This nasty. And he said we are not 24/7. Yada yada yada. I'm not even. Y'all can go look. When y'all go on Anytime Fitness, y'all can look at the reviews and his responses and all that. This dude is a joker, man. This dude he not good people, bro. He's not good people. Oh yeah, and that's me right there. And look, this is the review that I left, and he emailed me and say, "Hey, your Google reviews, I need you to stop and cease and desist." I said they wouldn't honor the holiday promotion that I signed up for. They wouldn't cancel the membership, then kept charging me after I stopped going there. These are not good people. I recommend working out at home. That's what I meant, working out at home, or go to another gym. Honestly, I recommend that for real. I really recommend that. I just wanted to see why some people are giving them bad. I am not someone that ever feels inclined to write negative reviews, but it feels unfair that I don't feel uncomfortable going to the gym, pay to the gym. I pay $50 a month for wait, hold on. Oh, look, cleanliness. Dang. They keep on. Yeah. So look, he left this 2 years ago, and after 2 years, they are still complaining about the same thing. They still complain about the same thing. Going to the gym, I pay $50 a month for due to the lack of cleanliness. I wish I could cancel my membership now without any additional fees. This gym is constantly running out of wipes and provides no other means of cleaning the equipment. When they inevitably run out nearly every weekend, it's unacceptable and incredibly unhygienic. I honestly couldn't recommend this gym to friends, family, or acquaintances. And that's something that I saw. They didn't even have no wipes to wipe down the machines. They kept running out. That's also something that I saw. And it's crazy because that was recently, like he left this review 2 years ago. And I was just there a few months ago, and that was stuff I was still seeing. Like, look, this lady just left this 3 months ago. Bathroom is disgusting. So how is this man talking about this 2 years ago? And the owner, look at the owner. Notice, look at this. This dude left this review 2 years ago, right? And then the owner is responding to what she said 3 months ago. So whatever he's talking about is not. Why didn't you fix the issue 2 years ago when he complained about it? Why are you just now? Oh yeah, yeah, blah 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 blah. I'm not even gonna read it because this dude is he's just a robot. He's not a real person. He don't care. He don't care about the unique situation that you're talking about. He's just a robot. And these people are crooks. That's why y'all need to know what y'all signing up for when y'all get into these contracts. You know, a year ago, if I could give 0 stars, I would. Like most folks, I joined gym at the beginning of the year. Then the pandemic hit shortly after. Instead of allowing people to cancel their membership, since there was no gym access, they prevented anyone from canceling their memberships. Wow. Wow. So you mean to tell me they can't even access the gym and y'all still was charging them the money? Wow. These people are crooks. Even though we weren't allowed to access the gym for months, claimed they would reimburse us on the back end of our contract expiration. That never happened. Then in Portage, they started a I Can't Breathe workout after George Floyd. Shaking my head, I'll never join this gym again. Wouldn't recommend either. Always overcrowded and now not very clean. When I went, dang. So this gym deserved. If this was a restaurant, they would get a F on the cleanliness. Because there's no way people are just continuously complaining about that. And you see the other lady has actual photos. She has actual photos of it. So it's not just, oh yeah, somebody just getting on here saying something. She has actual photos. See what I'm saying? 3 months ago, a few months ago, she just took a photo of that. So notice there's no response from the owner on this one about continuously charging people during the pandemic when they couldn't even access the gym. So when they can't access the gym, you're still charging them money because they signed a contract. Wow. Wow. It just goes to show you the integrity that these people possess. It goes to show you the audacity, the type of people these people really are. And I'm just merely letting the public know, I'm letting the world know what these people are doing and what they're capable of, because it's really sickening. And people should know this before they sign up for these contracts. Sign up for a membership here, but they didn't tell me there was a yearly upgrade rate. After asking them to itemize the charge, they could not. I'm now disputing this charge after moving locations where their renewal rate is $15 a year. Also doesn't seem to be kept up with. I don't understand what he mean by kept but basically it seems as though he's saying a similar situation. He moved to a different gym, a different location, and they didn't disclose the upgrade fee, which is, I think that's the annual fee that they have, which is like around $70. So they don't disclose that. That's what they fail to do. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't keep the gym clean. They don't have the supplies and wipes. They don't have none of that. They just expect for your money to be pulled out of your account no matter what's going on. No matter if you don't have access to the gym or none of that. They just expect for, hey, you signed a contract. We want that money. So what they fail to realize is very unique situations that happen, that arise. And I feel like they're not holding up their end of the contract. So why should we have to keep on paying? Man, it's so many bad reviews on it. These people, this is horrible. And they want you to pay $50 to $70 a month just to go to it's not $50 no more. That review, the guy from 2 years ago that was talking about the wipes and the cleanliness, it's not $50 no more, bro. It's more than that. Because think about it. They wanted to charge me $19.99 every 2 weeks. That's $40 a month. You know? So, hold on. It says the 6-week challenge promotion that led me. No, I think it's every week. I think they gym charges every week. It's not every 2 weeks. It's not every 2 weeks. Their gym is different. So that's another thing. They didn't even disclose that. You see how you said each gym is different. So they were gonna pull money out every week, not every 2 weeks. So it's just okay. It says the 6-week challenge promotion that led me into the Wauwatosa location was misleading and mysteriously no longer available, even though I was invited to join the program the same day by text. However, Trevor did apologize for the promotion no longer being available and proceeded to offer me a 6-month 12, which is not what I came in to talk about. Bad air circulation, sweaty smelling. I do not recommend this location. These people these people are horrible. Look at all these bad reviews, man. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at how many bad reviews these people got. Look at this, bro. These people are horrible, bro. And this man has the audacity. He has the audacity. So why is he responding to certain people and he's not responding to everybody? I would be glad to know why during the pandemic, why were y'all still charging people when they didn't have access to the gym? Where is the response to this one? This is amazing, bro. This is amazing. Well, that's it, man. I just wanted to inform y'all what's going on out here. So, that's one thing I want y'all to know. These companies are crooks. These companies, they just want money. They don't care about the cleanliness. You saw the toilet. You saw how many people were complaining about it being nasty and disgusting, and unhygienic. You saw that, right? So let me give you one more example. You saw 3 people, right? Let me give you one more example. Somebody just said the same thing. The facility is disgusting. People are so rude. It's disgusting, right? 5 years ago, right? So the owner responded 5 years ago. If they say, "Oh, the facility is disgusting," okay, cool. You know, and then wouldn't that give you a better chance 5 years ago to fix that issue? And then it was 2 years ago, and the issue still wasn't fixed. And then and then it's 3 months ago, and then the issue is still not resolved. 3 months ago. This is 3 months ago. So why are they still saying the same thing after 5 years, 2 years, 3 months? What is this? What are they doing? That ain't even why I was upset. Well, I definitely noticed, like I said, the garbage was overflowing. But like I said, I only came in there like once a week. So I really kind of shrugged it off because I didn't really know. But these are people that go in there more frequently. Wendy, she seemed like she goes in there more frequently, you know. And it just goes to show you the type of mentality that these people have. They don't care, and they just unreasonable. Even if you can't have access to the gym, they want your money. You know. And Ryan Bogenschneider, I never even spoke to this man, never seen a man a day in my life, and he's trying to tell me, what's going on when he don't even know exactly. I never signed a contract with this man. I never sat down, spoke with him, any of that. So he read a piece of paper and talked to a manager and now he know exactly what's going on with my account. Like, come on, bro. You don't know what's going on. You sitting somewhere, bro. You don't know what's going on with my account, my situation. So he just assuming he know exactly what's going on. These people, bro, they don't care, bro. But yeah, that's it, man. So future reference, when y'all signing these contracts, just read the fine print and know exactly what y'all getting yourself into, man. But yeah, all right, man. Take it easy, man. Take it easy.